Hey, love bugs is Ross again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended people family. Just knowing that y'all are here and sending that love and uplifting vibration is truly appreciating. So thank you for that. As I'm sending blessings out to you, you are definitely responding with the blessings back to me. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative, give you good vibes, inspiration, and an uplift that you truly would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times at the moment and needing spiritual guidance or confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support is greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is so peaceful. It's from the channel NRG8, music therapy. And the music that's playing in the background is called 256 Hertz, music to unlock the root chakra, heal fear, doubts, insecurities. First chakra. And I will post that link in the description box below. And it's exactly the right meditation I'm using for the content of my video. And the video today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, appreciate the pain that has taken place because it reminds you of the strength you empower. It is so true. I was going to make videos yesterday, but when universe say no, it's just your time for your self care and spiritual healing need to take place. We are all going through our different things. Y'all, I've talked to y'all personally, or you have been leaving me messages or text messages or chats that is taking place, and we're all going through our struggles. And just going through that, I was up this morning. I went out like dark 30, talking to the universe, and it was like when I woke up, I felt a big shift that took place. And when change is taking place, you'll feel that shift within your aura, within your surroundings, within yourself, that something has took a major turn. And it was just like going through my mind. I felt for a while, I'm going through forgiveness, I'm going through understanding, I'm going through compassion, I'm going through rising within my consciousness. But a lot of times, a lot of people have been saying, especially I've been saying, as well as post that has been has been presenting itself to me. The universe talks to you in so many ways, sends so many synchronicities. And a lot of times, it feels like I'm yelling over this. A lot of times when things have taken place in your life, it can really put you in a mood, and it can put you in a mood for a long time. It's like going through the things I've gone through. um it was just like I decided to make that moment. If it's meant for things to come out, is it meant for you to know, is meant for you to have that understanding. The reason why I do the things that I do, it will present itself. So I don't need to allow myself to go into detail about all the things that's taken place. It's not about what my story is that brought me here. Is about where I choose to move forward within that understanding of why I got put here in the first place. And it was just like, I'm trying to find understanding from the pain and the anger that has taken place in my life. What has been taken from me? What has been robbed of me? What has been held under some sort of deception? And low vibes, ego, the devil, your enemy, they will all want you to stay concentrating on that to keep your mind occupied, which keeps you at a very low level. And then it was just like for me to be able to do that, there's a lot of numbers that I see. And it is just like a lot of times you try to understand how can I give compassion to things that, keeps festering, keeps, trying to tick me off, keeps trying to throw me off, trying to take me out of my element of peace. And I had to allow myself to know it's mind over matter. If it doesn't mind, it should not never matter. When you're going towards a shift, the the devil will send different things towards your way, and as well as God does. God and universe will place certain things in your life to allow to happen until you allow yourself to let go. And it was like with my situation as taken place, I would stay at that level of what I've been robbed of, what I felt like I missed the opportunity on, what do I feel like it just was not fair for me to have to go through. And it's like for me to be able to make peace with myself and keep moving forward, I have to be strong about that, allowing all that energy that I had it placed on resentment, placed on hate, placed on justice, wreaking havoc on people that has wreaked havoc on my life. And I said, for me to be able to stand strong, even if I have to stand alone, I have to be able to visualize myself speaking towards the situations and towards the people have put me on my place. And I have to say thank you. And you have to be able to do that when you go through different situations in your life, because those situations have broke you apart from what you were programmed to think of yourself, of how the world acts, of how the world, people are, just the way they are. And a lot of times, yeah, I mean, period. You can't change anybody. You only can change you. And a lot of times, if we're allowing ourselves to be so focused on getting back, placing revenge, wreaking hate, it makes you no better than the accusers and the situation that's placed you in, the things that placed you in, for you to feel that way. When you allow yourself to use all that energy it took, because it takes too much energy to hate somebody, it takes too much energy to allow yourself to stay focused on what has been taken away from you. What have you been robbed from? What if somebody has told you you're worthless? You'll never find anything better. There's nothing past what you're going through. Yes, the hell it is. Yes, it is. And those situations had to remind you of your purpose, remind you of your mission, remind you of that warrior blood that keeps pumping through from the heart, from the veins, and out and about. And when I allowed myself to step out of that, really step out of that, because it was just like there's so many different things that's taking place when I'm trying to find peace in the people that have done these things to me. They go above and beyond to try to make sure that doesn't happen. And when people can see something in you that can really stick out, no matter what they have said about you, what stories they have invoked about people around you, what they want to keep reminding you of what is taking place in your life, knowing that's not even where you're at anymore. You have to allow yourself to let them, if they want to be staying on your path of past, allow them to be your path of your past. Nobody is meant to stay in your life like that. A lot of times we feel like if it's family, we have to stay there. We have to be able to stick it out regardless, because that's my family. That's one I, gave birth to me, or that's the ones I was adopted in. Those are the ones I got to stay about. No, you don't. You truly don't. But then being thankful of all the things that they have done to you, whatever it did, it had to rock something within you for you to awaken a part of you that has been dormant, uh, that has been shadowed, what has been veiled, what has been, cloaked from you. And those are the things that we came here to do. We just didn't know how we were going to do it. There will be things that's coming into your life, reacquainting themselves within your life, that is awakening parts of you that does sound familiar, but yet somewhat foreign. There are certain things that you may be coming across that feels familiar, but yet it feels like, it looks like the first time, but it hasn't been the first time. You've seen different things in your life taking place. It's like when I get visions of different things in my life, it's like me looking at a TV of the things that I was going to be doing, but it let certain gaps out for me to not know the full story, but just being able to show me this is what you're going to be doing. These are the people you're going to be connecting with, and these are the things that you're going to have to solve problems for to be that solution. And then you had to be wiped of that, because that was hidden in the fine print that you are not going to remember. You can't have all the powers you had before you were placed here, on this path. You had to be able to remind yourself of those things. Because a lot of times when people see that in you, they have it within themselves. I've and since I've been doing what I'm doing, I went through it my whole life, basically, of always trying to prove a point on how I can win something, how I can upgrade myself. But it's just like I was living through somebody else's approval of what I should have been able to do within myself. And when I can look at the different things that all the people that have done different things to me, I can't say, it was all them. I've had I had my choice of doing the things that I did. I've had my, my little damage as well. I was my own toxic avenger at times, but then I can't always put it on them because I've played my part as well. And then that's where your strength comes in, because you can see that you're flawed. When you're allowing yourself to see what I placed my focus in on, what it wasn't supposed to be at, that's letting you know times is changing, because you're allowing yourself to really step back and see the things that you had to be able to say, you know what, I'm focusing on the wrong thing. These are very irrelevant to me. What is it? I need to get back to myself. I need to, get back to my truth and connect with that, reconnect with that. Because a lot of times, we stay set in that low vibe of what has really broke you. But those are things that had to break you to remind you of who you are. You empower strength of everything. You have that magic, you have that go-getter, you got that animal, you got that, to keep moving. And it's just like when the devil sees that, he will bring people in your life to remind you, oh, you're nothing, you're worthless, you're worthless of whatever. And that's not even if it's directed to you, that's the mirror image of what they see within themselves. And they try to rob you of something that is never theirs to take in the first place. They will keep trying to deplete you until they break you. They will allow yourself to, they will make you try to second guess yourself. They will make you try to doubt yourself. And those are the things you had to be able to go through for you to remind, hold up, I know what I am. I know what I'm here to do. There is nobody who can't do that to me. There's nothing that can't be taken that I didn't willingly give. There's times that since I've awakened, when people found out my truth, they walked away because that was something they weren't even trying to grasp. And then when there was people that was trying to dig deeper and found out about my truth, they were trying to find different ways to try to block me and discourage me and keep me at a low level, because they were seeing through the ego. They were seeing through materialism. They were seeing things that wasn't, very important, because everybody, regardless of who they are, how much money in the bank account that they have, what kind of stature they have in the public eye, that's still a person. They still have feelings. They still have their doubts. They still have their fears. They still have their pain, and they still did that. The only difference between them and the people up there in the public eye, well, them and the regular people, they want to call it, is that they had a couple of zeros. They had a couple of experiences that you may be have wished that you have had, and you may haven't, or they may have exceeded over different things that you may have experienced, but it doesn't matter. They still had their line of their their journey, just like you do. Everybody's directed a certain way. And then when I allowed myself to, I felt happy to be able to share those different things. And a lot of times it came back and bit me in my butt, but now it's just like, when you're securing yourself, it don't matter if they know your whole story. It doesn't matter if you're trying to prove a point, because when people on that level of what your consciousness is, they will understand. There'll be people that appreciate the things that I did, and there will be people that hated me for what I did. Don't tell your truth. You may not, you may not, there'll be somebody who's out there attacking you, or there'll be somebody that's going to try to stop you. When I'm allowing myself to just, that's my tunnel vision is me rising. My tunnel vision is me reminding myself of who I am, being confident and secure in that. And when you're allowing that to happen, and you stay on that tunnel vision is to focus on healing and working with yourself to transform, when you're your own walking blessing, there's nothing on that sideline that's going to be able to distract you. There's nothing in that, in the world that's going to be able to stop you, because of who I was and who I am now, and who I was related to, and who I am related to. There was a lot of people that tried to stop me. Hell, they tried to even kill me. but I was that walking liability. But when you know you secure and you know you moving focus and moving in that direction of making something positive within you that you can reflect on others to remind themselves of what's positive in them. Oh, you can't be touched. You cannot be touched. You are unstoppable. You are an enigma. Okay, you're a conundrum. There is no different thing. There is nothing out there that can stop you but you. And a lot of times we're trying to fight that war out there when it's the war within yourself. There's days that I fought wars many times of what has not seemed fair to me, what I felt like I wasn't able to connect with because of other people and their insecurities or their jealousy over financial statuses. There's times where I felt like my soul was broken and I didn't want to move forward. There's times that I just didn't want to, get out the bed in the morning and cry my eyes out until my throat was sore or my eyes was swelled shut or my face was puffy because of the things that was robbed me. And it's just like when something is that powerful and love is instilled in that and that can't be punctured, there's going to be always something around you just because what I truly wanted and what I, always wanted, that's not in that physical form anymore. That's something that they can't stop no more because now it's metaphysical, now it's spiritual, now it's emotional, now it's mental. What is it? God dog, um, metaphysical, all those different things. And then when that transformed into something else, it opened up everything that was programmed for me to forget, wanting me to run from that because I didn't understand it, because that love was so powerful. I didn't understand it because that was something I wasn't allowed to have at that time. I wouldn't allow people to get that close to me ever again, because I felt like a family, the people that you trusted that was supposed to be protecting you, if they could do this to you, everybody was out to get you. And now it's just like when I'm so solid, I can see when people's vibes have shifted and it went to ego, or I see that they're trying to work their way back into my life using vibes of pain on trying to work themselves on blocking me through ego. And I allow myself to appreciate that. Don't even hate on it, because when you're moving, when you know you're strong, no matter what has been placed, you can't allow yourself to place energy on what people have tried to stop you from, because they're doing something within themselves. They're moving through pain. You're moving through growth. You're moving through growth, because there's so many times I can sit up here and say I opened my life up. I was helping people remember who they were, and what did they do to them? Payback. Try to block me from my blessings just because of who my family is, who my father is, and try their hardest just to make, just because they felt that light in me. They felt some kind of anger and hate about me. It wasn't even about me, but it was about themselves, because they felt my life was more important than theirs. So they wanted to make sure they did everything in their life and everything in their power to try to destruct that. They can't do that if I didn't allow them to. I didn't place that energy on that. And allowing myself to say thank you, because at least I can say I was that blessing towards you when you needed that. And you were that blessing towards me because it reminded me, you know what, you're doing something good. You're doing something so good, and that allows you to know, you know what, when people try to distract you, they'll do everything because they want to shut you down, they want to shut you up, they want to silence you, they want you to second guess yourself, they want you to place fear and doubt in that energy instead of progressing. They want you to get in the way of your own process of progress. When you allow yourself to use all that energy on how you focused on what is taking place, use that same energy to move forward and remind you who the hell you are. And you keep moving forward and you thank them for what they did, because if they didn't, you wouldn't allow yourself to see how far you can go, what kind of strength you instill within yourself, what kind of magic and power that you empower, and all those things that remind you of who the warrior you are, what you came here for, what your purpose is. We can't expect change to take place in the world when we're allowing ourselves to stay focused on what can't be changed, when we're allowing ourselves to stay focused on our lives. And when you have faced the things that has taken place in your life that really disrupted you, it had to, because you were programmed to think a certain way, see a certain way, act a certain way, being able to fit in with society and trying yourself to one up the next person, when it's only about the one up from the person that you used to be, the person you're trying to mold yourself to be. And when you're allowing yourself to do that, you're allowing yourself, your soul to be, rejuvenated, your heart to be able to be aligned with your mind as well. You're allowing yourself their energy to be able to align with the magnitude of what you're trying to manifest in your life, plus more. And you don't know how many blessings you're going to end up getting just because the fact is what you went through, what you did not walk away from, what you allowed yourself to keep going even when you felt like you couldn't. And that's where your power comes in, because you're not dealing with it alone. You're not dealing with it alone. When you stay focused on pain, that's all you're going to do is continue to suffer. But when you're focusing on change, you'll start seeing the change within you. It'll start changing around you. When you see how certain people are, when they see that you're happy, when they're seeing you're uplifted, when you feel like you're motivated, that angers them. And do you realize you're more powerful than them? Because the fact is, they're not reminding themselves they can do the same thing too. And they don't want you to remind yourself of those things of what you instill. But then it's just like, when I can allow myself to say, I can look at my family, I can look at my ex relationship and say, you know what, I'm gonna show compassion towards you because you're living through pain, because you wouldn't work on so hard on trying to make me suffer if you weren't in a pain. When you're wanting to see somebody happy, you're going to allow them to be free in that, even if they're no longer needing to be in your life. People are toxic when they don't want to do right, but they don't want to see you do right either. But you have to be able to congratulate that and say, you know what, that situation has taught me so much more about myself when I allowed myself to not live through making other people happy when they were making sure they made me feel bad. When I allowed myself to lower my standards, lower my self-respect, my self-love, my dignity, my happiness, they were allowing themselves to soak from that. And when you allow yourself to not be manipulated and you put boundaries up, oh, you the worst enemy of them all, because you can't be manipulated anymore. And from those things, you have to be able to say thank you, because it reminded you of who you are. All those things is taking place in your life. They can't be changed. It only can be taught. It tells lessons that you really needed to know beyond experiences, and it allows you to know your love, your strength, your power, everything you're trying to move forward to be the real true you is a lot more powerful than what they are. Your blessings and your power outweighs the fear and the pain that others can inflict on you, because they're moving through ego, they're moving through pain, they're moving through agony, and it's not even about you. I see different things go on around me, whether it's near or far, and I can say, and when you're quiet, you can hear a lot of things that's not even being said, that vibe. And at times I want to cry for those people, because I can feel that pain that's instilled in them, that it feels hard to let go, and they don't realize it shakes up their path, and it makes them to that point where you have done so much damage, you or have no choice but to force yourself to do right. And if not, it's going to eat you up and spill you out. And there's no longer no person left, because you allowed yourself to move forward in pain. You allowed yourself to not move forward and reflecting on what has been done, and why you are truly doing the things that you're doing, because that's not out of love. That's not out of love. And I had to allow myself to know, if I'm going to move forward, I can't be like them and being angry and say, you remember when you did this, remember when you did that, because it's allowing me to act like them. There will be things out there that will program you to think that way, but you have to be able to break that mold. If you want to be able to go out and move forward, you have to go within. And that's what I had to do. And when I went out and I was talking to the universe about that, I cried tears of joy, because I was really trying to understand how you can give compassion to people that try to break their neck to hurt you and keep you in that pain. You have to understand they're doing that because they see something good in you. They see something that is going to spark something in a lot of people, not just you. When people talk bad about you, is because they don't want to see nobody, they don't want them to see the good in you, because they wish they were like that. And they could be. But when you had to go through that, you had to go through the worst of the worst. You had to see the pain for what it truly was. You have to be able to accept what is taking place and accept what certain things are and keep moving forward. You have to allow yourself to face pain that has broke you down in so many ways to help build you back up. And that takes strength. So don't ever second guess your strength. Don't ever, second guess your motivation because it's there. And you're getting it through that pain that it had to be inflicted on you, because it's going to get to that point. It remind me of what my mom used to say: when you know you want better in your life, you're going to allow yourself to do certain things that's not going to feel comfortable to you. And that's what that comfort zone is. It's going to allow you to face the things that you're scared of. It's going to allow you to acknowledge things you choose to ignore or choose to sit up here and turn a blind eye to. It's going to allow you to face the things that has really tore you apart, just to reflect you on things that what you need to build back up. So you appreciate those things that's taking place in your life because it reminded you of truly who you're supposed to be. But I miss you guys. I was just like, but I had to take care of me. If I want to be able to be right for y'all, I got to be right for me first. So, but our family is growing so much, and y'all are reaching out to me so many ways now, lets me know blessings, are coming, when I can be able to play something out in my videos and know it comes back. That's the confirmation of knowing I'm on the right path. But I would love to give a post notification shout out to Unija. Unija, I hope I pronounced that right, and it's a good name. I love that name. Orchid Rising, as well as Millie Loki, as well as Dejan. 4 zeros, I think that's what it is, 4 or 5 zeros. You know who I'm talking about. Um, WD Satier, as well as King T and S Harris. Welcome to the family. It's so good to have you and all my fam that's been there from A1 to day one or been with for me for a while. Thank you for continuing your support, and I really appreciate you as well. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, tell somebody about the channel. They may find something that they can really truly relate to. I leave all my contact information for you to be able to get in touch with me, like my email, my IG account as well. If you it's just about helping you, just giving you a deeper understanding about your purpose, being able to help you on different things you may feel like is out of the norm, or is it truly possible? Whatever, I try my best to be able to answer and be able to be of assistance the best way I know how. And if I can't tell you from experience, I will find the information for you to be able to educate you and enlighten you towards, a deeper purpose. So I hope y'all have a blessed, safe week and be responsible for everything you do. Know you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest comes in a magnitude you weren't even expecting it, and same as fast as you receive it. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things will really take somebody a long way. And I will see you in my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.